In the quiet village of Umwobi, Obinna once happy family begins to unravel when his domineering mother demands a son to carry on the family name. As he succumbs to her pressure and takes a second wife, a chain of jealousy, betrayal, and tragedy is unleashed. Amarachi, his first wife, silently endures the heartbreak until the second wife envy takes a sinister turn, leaving the family shattered in unimaginable ways. Let me tell you a story, one that whispers through the wind of Umwobi village, and rests heavy on the hearts of all who hear it. A tale of love, envy, and the darkness that jealousy can awaken in even the gentle of soul. But in Obinna's modest bungalow, the air was heavy with something that evening. It was love. Obinna sat in his living room, watching his 3 daughters play with their mother. Kamsi, the eldest, was attempting to teach her younger sisters a clapping game, their laughter ringing through the house like music. Amarachi, their mother, joined in, her laughter warm and full of life. To Obinna, this was heaven, but heavens on earth often attract storms. And Obinna's mother, Nika, was the dark cloud that refused to dissipate. She arrived unannounced that evening, her cane hitting the ground with an ominous rhythm. "Obinna," she began, her voice sharp like a blade, "is this how you live? Sitting comfortably while your wife fills your house with useless girls?" Her words sliced through the room, silencing the laughter in an instant. Amarachi's face fell, but she said nothing. This was not the first time, nor would it be the last, that Nika had come to remind them all of what she saw as Amarachi's greatest failure, the absence of a male child. "You will marry another woman," Nika declared, her tone leaving no room for argument. "Someone who will give us a son, a name bearer." Obinna frowned, his eyes darting to Amarachi and his daughters. "Mama, this is my family," he said firmly. "I am happy. Please, leave this matter." But Nika was not a woman who listened to reason. She left that night, muttering curses under her breath, but her words lingered, poisoning the peace in Obinna's heart. Months later, the storm finally broke. Obinna, worn down by his mother's relentless pressure, did the unthinkable. He took a second wife. Amarachi wept silently as Onomi entered their home with her head held high and a triumphant smile on her face. Onomi wasted no time establishing her place in the family. "I am here to do what Amarachi could not," she told anyone who would listen. "A son will come, and this family will finally be complete." Her words were daggers to Amarachi's heart, but she endured. What choice did she have? When Onomi announced her pregnancy, Nika celebrated as though the heavens had opened. "A son is coming," she proclaimed, dancing in the village square. But fate, as it often does, had other plans. The day Onomi gave birth, the house was filled with anticipation. But when the midwife emerged, her face betrayed the truth before she spoke. "Twins," she said, to healthy baby girls. The silence that followed was deafening as Nika stormed out of the house, her curses echoing through the village. Onomi, humiliated and furious, turned her bitterness toward Amarachi. Jealousy has a way of consuming the soul, and Onomi envy grew with each passing day. She couldn't bear the sight of Obinna spending time with Amarachi and her daughters. She began to plot evil. One evening, she prepared a special meal. The aroma of jollof rice and spicy chicken filled the house, but hidden within was a secret, poison. She ensured the food was served to Amarachi and her daughters, but not herself. Amarachi, tired and sleepy, did not eat. Her daughters, innocent and trusting, devoured the food. Hours later, the laughter that had once filled the house turned to cries of agony. "Kamsi, Adana, Chinetrum," Amarachi screamed, clutching her children as their small bodies convulsed. By the time the village doctor arrived, it was too late. The burial was a somber affair. The village mourned with Amarachi, but no one could ease her pain. She buried her daughters side by side, their graves marked by simple wooden crosses. Days later, Amarachi began to dream of her daughters. In her dreams, they appeared as pale shadows, their voices soft but insistent. "Mama," they whispered, "it was her. She killed us." Desperate for answers, Amarachi sought out a spiritualist. The old man's words confirmed what her heart already knew. "Your daughters were poisoned," he said. "The second wife is the one responsible." Amarachi returned home, her mind a storm of rage and sorrow. She could not let Onomi crime go unpunished. One afternoon, while Obinna was away, Amarachi confronted Onomi. She cornered her in the compound, a container of petrol in one hand and a lighter in the other. "Confess," Amarachi demanded, her voice trembling with fury. Onomi laughed, a cold, hollow sound. "What are you talking about?" she pretended. But when Amarachi started pouring the petrol in her hand, with a laughter, "Yes, yes, I did it," she said, her eyes gleaming with malice. "And I wish you had eaten the food too." Amarachi's grip on reality snapped. She doused Onomi in petrol and lit the flame. The fire roared to life, consuming Onomi as her screams echoed through the house. After the fire died down, Amarachi locked herself in her room. She wrote a note to Obinna, apologizing for what she had done. In the letter she wrote, "My dearest Obinna, as I sit here with trembling hands, my heart is heavy, yet it is full of gratitude and love. I want you to know how much you mean to me, how deeply I have cherished every moment we have shared. Thank you for choosing me, for loving me with all my flaws, and for embracing our children despite everything. You gave me a life filled with joy, laughter, and memories that I will carry in my soul forever. I want you to know that I do not hold any anger or bitterness in my heart for your decision to take a second wife. I understand, and I will never blame you. You have always done what you thought was best for our family, and for that, I respect you. If there is a next life, I will choose you over and over again, no matter where the paths of destiny take us. My love for you is eternal, Obi, and nothing will ever change that. Please continue to take care of the twins, guide them with the love and strength you have always shown. Farewell, my love, forever yours, Amarachi." And she swallowed a bottle of pills. When Obinna returned home, he found the remains of Onomi in the compound and the lifeless body of Amarachi inside her room. His world crumbled. Despite his grief, Obinna found solace in his twin daughters. He poured all his love into them, determined to honor the memory of his first wife and their daughters. He never remarried, dedicating his life to his children. And so, the story of Obinna's family became a cautionary tale. It reminded the people of Umwobi that jealousy is a disease, envy is a poison, and love, though beautiful, but is fragile. Let this tale remind us to cherish what we have and to guard our hearts against the darkness of envy, for it can turn even the brightest days into nights of sorrow. The end. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe for more tales.